Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing the game Meet Your Maker. And today we're going to be going over the new mod that they made for the Death Piston. Here it is, Death Piston. I've already bought it. It's called Self-Destruct. It's a mod that you can add to the Death Piston. It's similar to the same mod that's on the Impaler. So if you go to the Impaler, you'll see Impaler has a self-destruct mod too that you can buy. I'm assuming, or going to assume, that they work in the same fashion. That if they blow up, they'll destroy traps near them. So you're probably going to want to watch out that if you use the Death Piston upgrade mod to self-destruct, that you don't put other traps around it, at least one block around it, because it will probably destroy those. Now the Self-destruct mod on the Sentinel the Plasma Sentinel does not work in that fashion. The self-destruct on the Plasma Sentinel will not destroy any other traps. So you can always feel free to add that on there and know that you're not going to affect adjacent traps. But I imagine the Death Piston and the Impaler, how they work is they will affect other traps around them. Now the other thing that they did was they lowered the length of the buffs that you get. Now, I don't know who thought this was a great idea within the development team, but I will tell you that I think it's one of the worst decisions they've made for the game. So if I hit F here and go to boost, they've lowered it from 5 hours to 4 hours, 18 minutes. So basically when you're max, you've got your max rank at 100 level, which is the max rank for your advisors. At the max rank now, the duration is 4 hours, 18 minutes, where it was 5 hours before. And at 5 hours, I thought that was silly light. I thought it should have been 7 or 8 hours, at least, make it worth it. At this 4 hours, 18 minutes, this is just, I think maybe in their wisdom, they're hoping people will come back to the game more often to reset their buffs. But if that's your game now, guys, where you're just trying to patsy people to log into your game more often because you lowered the buff duration, then that's a terrible way to try to get people to play your game. It really is. They should have increased this to 7 or 8 hours, not lower its duration. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, at this point, they've been hemorrhaging people every single day. And I don't get any raids. I don't get any raid attempts anymore. I mean, I got 3 in 24 hours. It's almost not worth building in the game at this point. Right now, the only thing I'm running is farm bases. And like this one here, this base here has been up 24 hours, almost ready to go to, I got 430 left. It has had no raid attempts. I believe this one being the same thing. Yeah, this one's got only 130 Genmat. It's been up 24 hours. It's had no raid attempts. So it's just this one here, no raid attempts, none. Maybe people don't like doing farming bases, but you would think somebody would have jumped in there to get some free tokens. You know what I mean? So that's just the state of the game as it is right now. And honestly, adding self-destruct to the Piston is not going to bring back the player base. They got some big update that they're going to do in June, but I think it's too late. I don't think they're doing their updates quick enough. I don't think they're adding enough to the game quick enough. To add just a self-destruct to an already existing trap is not going to tell people, oh, geez, I got to come back and try that. No, they're going to say, well, geez, I saw that on the Impaler. I saw that on the Sentinel. I know how that works. So I don't think that's driving your player base back. So the devs really need to think about how they're going to get people to play their game. They're either going to need to drop the price or they're really going to need to add an update that makes sense. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And this has been the Tarkus Zone.